What we're going to do is we are going to do simplifying fractions. Simplifying fractions. Okay, so what this means is it means if we start with a fraction, so let's say we have 2/8, we want to write it so that the top and the bottom are as small as possible. Okay, so the top is the numerator. Okay, so numerator, and then the bottom is the denominator. Okay, so we want to make it so that the numerator and the denominator are as small as possible. Okay, so what we do is we look at the numerator and we will look at all the factors of the numerator, so factors of 2, and then we'll do the same thing for the denominator. Factors of 8. So if we look at factors of 2, okay, we have 1 and we have 2. Okay, so a factor is just a number that goes into another number a whole number of times. Okay, so 1 goes into 2 twice and 2 goes into 2 once. Okay, so they're both factors of 2. Now if we look at 8, we have 1, we have 2, we have 4, and we have 8. Yep, so 8 goes into 8 once, 4 goes into 8 twice, 2 goes into 8 4 times, and 1 goes into 8 times. Okay, and then what we do is we find the highest common factor. So we look at both of these list of numbers and we find the highest number that is the same in each list. Okay, in this case it's a 2. And then what we do is we divide the top and the bottom by that highest number. Okay, so then we divide the top by 2, which gives us 1. Then we do the same for the bottom, divide that by 2, which gives us 4. Then we take these two numbers, and that tells us that 2/8 is equal to 1/4. Okay? So that's how you simplify a fraction. Now let's try another example. So let's say this time we have 6/8, or should we go for 8/16? We'll go for 8/16. Okay, so we've got 8/16. Okay, so we write down the factors of 8 and then factors of 16. So factors of 8, we've got 1, 2, 4, and 8. Factors of 16, we have 1, 2, 4, 8, and 16. Okay, and then we do the same thing. We look for the highest number that is in both of these lists. Okay, so in this case it's 8 and 8. Okay, and then we divide the top and the bottom by that number. So we do 8, which is the top number, divided by 8, which gives us 1. And then we do the bottom number, divided by 8, which is 16 divided by 8, which is 2. And then we take these two numbers and we say that 8 over 16 is equal to 1 over 2. Okay, that's a half. And that's how we do it. Okay, so if I just explain this a little bit more, so let's say for example we have a circle. Okay, you've got a circle from here to a circle. Okay, and we have it split into 8s. So 1 down the middle there, 1 across there, 1 across there, and 1 across there. Okay. So if we've got this, if we have a fraction which is 2/8, okay, so let's say this portion of the circle here, so say this is a pizza or a cake or something, this fraction is 2/8, okay, but we could also express it as a quarter, okay, because this is the same size piece, but if we had this instead, it's just a quarter, so it's a simpler way of writing the same thing. Okay, so we want to make sure the numbers are as small as possible in simplifying fractions.